Hello, Concord Junior High. This is your math teacher, Mr. Rock, making another video for you. In this video, you're going to learn all about functions. So what exactly is a function? The definition is right here. A function is an equation where each input has exactly one output. A function looks like this. X right here is the input, and Y right here is the output. The way that you say this as f of x equals y. So that's how you say it. F of x equals y. And here's an example down here at the bottom. My input is x equals 4. I put it into the function. Here's my equation. Y equals 2x plus 3. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So I put x equals 4 into the function, and out comes 11. 4 is your input. 11 is your output. So here's an example of calculating an output. So here's my problem. It says if f of x equals x squared minus 8x plus 4, then what is f of negative 1 is equal to what? All I have to do is take my input, negative 1, and wherever I see an x, I replace the x with negative 1. So when I replace, it looks like this. F of negative 1 equals negative 1 squared minus 8 times negative 1 plus 4. Now I need to simplify. Negative 1 to the second power is just 1. Negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8 plus 4. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. So I can conclude that f of negative 1, right here, f of negative 1 equals 13. Negative 1 is the input. X squared minus 8x plus 4 is the function. And the output is the lucky number 13. Here's another example, but this time we are going to calculate the input. So here's our function. It says let f of x equal 3 times x divided by x plus 2. And then it says for what value of x does f of x equal 2.4? So in this problem, we actually start with the final answer, and they're asking us to work backwards to get the initial answer or number. So this is all we have to do. Here's my f of x equals 2.4. I'm going to use that information right there. I'm going to replace f of x with 2.4, so this is going to be 2.4 equals 3x divided by x plus 2. See, I have an equation here, and I'm solving for x. All right, I can do this. We can do this. This is no problem. All right, I had to make some more room here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by x plus 2. So I'm going to get 2.4 times x plus 2 equals 3x. Then let's use the distributive property. We get 2.4x plus 4.8 equals 3x, minus 2.4 from each side, and I get 4.8 equals 0.6x. I'm going to multiply both sides by 10, and I'm going to get 48 equals 6x. And then divide both sides by 6, and I get x equals 8. So the input is 8. The function is 3x over x plus 2, and the output is 2.4. Here on the screen is an example of a function mapping, and I hope that this clarifies the definition of a function, which is each input has exactly one output. So let's start with this first circle here, or oval. These are our x values, okay? We call these our inputs. This is what we put into the function. This is also called the domain. Any eligible number that can go into the function is in the domain. And we also say that these numbers are independent because we get to choose. We get to choose what number it is that goes into the function. So these are some key words right here that you need to connect to functions. Okay, we have inputs. Those are the numbers that go in. The domain. Those are all eligible numbers that can go into the function. And these are independent because we get to choose them. This oval over here, this is what we call our outputs. This is what we call our outputs. So the results or the answers that we get. So these are the outputs. We also call this the range. Any eligible number that can be an output is in the range. And this is really important. We say that the numbers in this group are dependent because these numbers depend on the function and what number we put into the function. So being dependent, understanding that definition is important. Now let's take a look at this example. This is a non-number example. And it looks like all we have to do is match colors. So we have to ask ourselves, does each input go to exactly one output? Well, let's check the red. The red only goes to the red. The yellow only goes to the yellow. The green only goes to the green. And this red only goes to the red. So everything in this oval goes to exactly one place in this oval. That's what we mean when we say every input has exactly one output. Now, something I want you to notice is the red here. Notice that you can have more than one input that goes to the same output. That's okay. That's still a function. Okay, here is an example that is not a function. This is what you call a vending machine that is broken. So if I'm at a vending machine and I'm hungry and I want some pretzels, all I have to do is put my money in the machine, press the button that says D4, and out comes some pretzels. And I'm happy because I'm getting what I expect to be getting. Now, let's say that I'm still hungry and I want some chips. Okay, so I put my money in the machine and I press the button that says C2, and out comes a bottle of water. Something just failed. I'm angry, I'm hungry, not thirsty. The reason it failed is because when I select button C2, this input has more than one output. When I press C2, I'm either going to get chips or I'm going to get a water bottle, but not both. Okay, so this fails as a function, and now I'm angry and I want my money back because I'm hungry and not thirsty. Okay, we have reached the end of our video, and I hope that you learned the definition of a function. That is, a function has exactly one output for every input. And I also hope you learned how to calculate an output, and I hope you learned how to calculate an input, and I hope you learned about the words independent, dependent, domain, range. Those are important. Good luck with your assignment. If you have any questions, you can always go back and watch the video again. I think all the information that you need is in it. Or you can email me. Good luck.